we have got more business than we expected.
Okay.
And it will be not wrong to say that maybe it's because of the controversy. Not maybe, it is because everybody became curious about the film. At the same time, it has lost business because of piracy. But nevertheless, it's done well.
Okay.
I'm very happy about the fact that it came out intact. I don't think CBFC कभी मेरी फिल्मों से प्रॉब्लम रहा है.
Okay.
और I think our guidelines were built around a certain kind of cinema years ago, and that needs to change because people have always had issues with, because somehow I don't understand anything that's real, anything that's discomforting suddenly has people in problem. I don't think my film has had problems in the past. Like Gangs of Wasipur हो, DVD हो, अगली वो सारी फिल्में इंटैक्ट हैं, कभी सेंसर में नहीं फंसी. और वो एक मिथ है जो प्रोपोगेट है कि मेरी फिल्में सेंसर में फंसती हैं. PAANCH was cleared by the censors within 8 to 9 months. So this is I'm saying that PAANCH was cleared by revising committee. It came out intact, and it could not release because the producer did not have money for it.
Okay.
Black Friday was absolutely cleared by censors, zero cuts. It was
Because of the case was sub judice.
case was sub judice. The court put a stay on it. So there's no truth to the matter that my films have always had problems with censors. It's mostly propagated. I was thinking, what about the rest of the country's fascination with the cheesy love stories
But
set in Wonderland? I'm saying, why is it that this country wants to just watch everything that's not real? And why is this the only country that wants to watch everything that's not real?
Okay.
Why is it that when I get out of the country, everybody thinks my cinema is cinema? So I'm saying, and the question needs to be asked to the other people, why do you keep making the same love story that
But
mean
personally,
nothing?
what is the reason that you are so much fascinated?
I'm
about this
fascinated
film?
with anything that's real. Black Friday was not a crime film.
Yeah.
It was very political. Gulal was very political film. There is a need to look at things. There's a need to look at things. Why is it that Indian Express does not write about some random love story? Why is Indian Express obsessed with truth? Ask me that question. I'm asking you that question. Why is that your newspaper doesn't just bullshit people like our cinema does? Why do we make biopics and we alter them to turn them into heroes? We falsify biopics. We have not made a biopic which has not been falsified. All the biopics we have made, we have tried to make a kind of a hero. There's an emotional manipulation in them. They're not real enough. For me, when a person's life journey has rise and fall, but we don't make it like that. We also condition it to Hindi cinema. See the difference between biopics made here and biopics made outside. There's a massive difference. I'm saying we just started getting used to biopics. I am fascinated by who I am fascinated by, and it's absolutely unapologetic because that's not something that nobody will do. I'm saying if somebody is not doing a film on Dhoni, 10 more filmmakers will do a film on Dhoni. But nobody will do a film on Raman Raghav. I'm saying, is Dhoni's story is the only story that's worth being told? And why should people not engage with other things? Why do people don't want to engage with anything that's discomforting? कि हमें बस अच्छा दिखाओ ताकि हम बिलीव करें हम अच्छे वर्ल्ड में रह रहे हैं. मैं पूछता हूँ, क्या आप ऐसे वर्ल्ड में नहीं रह रहे हो जहाँ आप सब डरे हो? क्या आप सबको इस अपने मन की बात कह सकते हो? Are you not living in a world of fear? Why? Why don't you have the courage to stand up for yourself? It's because we are all being conditioned by everything around us to not stand up and speak that what is there, what is uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable film to watch, and it must be because it's the discomfort that is going to create a change. It's not the comfort. Comfort makes you feel like, I'm living in a great world, I'm so inspired, everything is going to be fine, we all want to be a hero, and it doesn't do anything to you. Why should I not fight for what's my right? Which country in the world puts so many disclaimers on a movie? Why is my film responsible for the incompetency of the health ministry? Why is my film responsible? Why is that why can't they ban ITC from making cigarettes? Why can't they ban cigarettes? Because of the revenue. Why is my film carrying that message that they are incapable of carrying out in the society? That's the opening note, or the end note is always a disclaimer suggested by the Constitution and Censor Board. Our films should be without it. Why that's what I'm saying. Why are our films with so many disclaimers? Who asks us to put disclaimers? It's the governance, no? Why is those disclaimers not in many things? I think, is my film more dangerous, or is that when I'm thinking every politician should come with a disclaimer that all my promises in elections might not be fulfilled?
So
Do
you
they
are
come with a disclaimer? They're the same guidelines that passed Gangs of Wasseypur, that passed Ugly, that passed Devdi, that passed Gulal without cuts. Guidelines have not changed. What has changed? The interpretation has changed.
on the interpretation.
Pahlaj Ranhani, according to me, is intellectually incapable of the position he holds. He's not a person who really understands the guidelines or knows how to interpret them. There's more perverseness in him and his mind than there is in the movies that he examines. And it is his ego. In last 4 days, he's refused certificate to 4 films.
Yeah.
It is his ego against the High Court judgment that said that you can't cut films, refuse certificates. So he started randomly refusing certificates.
It's like with the Haramkhor.
With Haramkhor, with Satu
So what is the
Chakke,
status?
with
You are-
Mohalla C. No,
Mohalla
he's
C.
given us a letter. He's given us a letter with which we will go into the tribunal.
Okay.
But I'm saying the man sits there, abuses his power. So he can say anything in his justification. Why is the whole industry united? If I'm doing anything wrong, why is the industry? Because Pahlaj Nihalani is that man who's done that to everybody in the industry. I spoke up. His problem is, why did I speak up? So anybody who speaks up can't become egoistic. No? I'm standing up for my right. Anybody who knows me around me will know. Will tell you, I was with Mr. Pahlaj Nihalani's son last night
Okay.
in a success party. And he was also as guilty and ashamed about whatever was going on. So I'm saying, what are you talking about?